Good evening, you guys. Hope everyone's doing okay with this pandemic issue. Well, I'm here to discuss my decision questions of Chapter 10. Number one was, what's the type of power do you have as a student, and how does that source of power influence communication with other students, professors, and administrators? Well, I came up with legitimate power or cohesive power. Legitimate power is basically coming from business communication um, source. Hold on, I'll find it. It says that legitimate power is based on position of authority, and that managers has a legitimate power of department, budget, and employee schedules. So to answer that question, um, the let's say like um, our teacher is basically trying to encourage us to answer a question, and they say like, hey, if you answer this question, I'm going to give you guys an award, like I'm going to let you guys out of class early, or I'm going to give you 10 points on your next test. So that's like an example of like cohesive power. And basically cohesive power is referring back to a control of another person's behavior and negative reinforcements, whereas power rewarding power describes control of another power with positive reinforcement. And so getting that teacher to kind of control us a little bit, but making us like encouraged to answer the question and giving us those bonus points will be positive reinforcements afterwards. To answer question two, tell us about a time when you had to deal with a difficult person in a business professional setting. I just dealt with that something last week on Saturday. Long story short, I I've been granted to be a manager. I just got a new position, and the dude that I was having this negative reinforcement with, a little bit of a chit chat argument, he questioned my role and then did not know that I was a manager. He basically was like, "You're giving all these directions and telling people what to do and authority, but who are you?" And I basically, I kind of defended myself and was like, "I am such and such manager, and I don't need to explain myself to you because I'm trying to do my job and you're not trying to help me do so." He kind of bigger backward and forward. I tuned him out because the person that I was dealing with was in his department, but they were in my department for that day. So they were using my hours for that department of that for that day. And basically, she clocked in early, and she wasn't supposed to clock in until 4 o'clock. So actually, the girl was still in time, and he had no such knowledge. But if he would have had such knowledge as being the manager, he would know what was going on. And I think I handled it pretty well. I went to go report the issue with the MIC manager, which is like a manager who's like almost like a store manager, and follow up with a backup plan to eliminate these issues that is coming about with these partners from different departments during this pandemic. So it was handled very well, and basically the girl got wrote up, and I think she got fired because that wasn't the only time she did that. But that day they sent her home. I kind of felt sorry for the girl in the situation, but I have to communicate well with my leaders, so issues like that cannot continue to happen. And as for the manager who was yelling at me about what my role is, he got wrote up because that was just that was just overboard. Like he made stuff so not, you know, like he just made the whole situation terrible. Those are the two questions. Like I said, I'm getting my reference from this Cohesive and Legitimate Powers from the book itself, Business Communication. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys.